You are getting very sleepy. Very sleepy. Are you asleep yet? No? Well, if this doesn't put you to sleep, I guess my only other option is just do a normal video. Hey! I'm sorry. Anyway, menu backgrounds version 2.0, let's go. First, install the plugin just like this. Next, go into your game folder, go to images, some random dude, create the some random dude folder if you haven't already, create the menu folder if you haven't already, then place all the background images you wish to use in this folder right here like this. So yeah, here's all the background images I'm gonna use. Yeah. Then, to use one of those background images on one of your menus, for example, the main menu, the item menu, the skill, equip, status, save, etc., simply input it in that one's parameter. For example, menu background, we'll simply input the background image like that. And there we go. And as you can see right here, on the main menu, we can find our menu background just like this, set up and ready to go. Keep in mind, it's specific for each and every menu. So for the item menu, it's going to go back to the default menu, and you have to set up your own background for that one specifically. But yeah, as you can see, you can set up backgrounds for each and every menu in your game. Now let's go into more of the specific options. First, if you wish, you can scale the background to fit your window size. So for example, if your window size is like 1280 by 720, you can make sure your backgrounds that aren't that resolution fit that resolution, just like that. I recommend making it so your backgrounds already fit your resolution by default, but if you are lazy or you just want to make sure, just set this to true, like it is by default. Next, some options specifically for each and every background is the opacity, scale, and motion. First, the opacity just can be the opacity of the windows on that menu. So say, for example, we create like a background that fits with the actual commands itself on that menu. You can make sure the windows on that menu are set to an opacity of 0 to make them invisible, or maybe 125 to make them like half invisible, half not invisible, or just like make them 255 to make them purely visible. It's up to you which one you want to do. Next is the scale of the background on that menu. For example, the main menu right here. By default, 1 would be a normal scale. Making it less than 1 will make it shrink down to a lesser scale, or make it greater than 1 will make it a greater scale. So for example, 1 is normal, 0.5 is half, and 2 is double. So like 0.5 would be like zooming out, and then 2 or greater would be like zooming in. You get the point. This probably doesn't make sense now, but when we get into the motions later, you'll understand. Speaking of motions, let's get straight into them. For each and every background throughout all these menus, you can set up a specific motion to occur on that background like we saw earlier. You can find a list of all these motions in the help file, so be sure to reference them there, but I'll be going over them here anyway, so yeah, let's do it. First, it's a scroll motion. This lets you set a scroll of an X speed and Y speed on that menu background. For example, 3 and for the X and 3 for the Y speed, just like that. And now, as you can see here, the menu background is now scrolling at a speed of 3 on the X and 3 on the Y, just like this. You can customize it however you like and make it go however you like it and stuff. Yeah. The next motion is a zoom motion. This lets you set a zoom speed and a max zoom to zoom in and out from that menu. For example, let's make the zoom speed something really low, like 0.01 is good, and the max zoom will make it like a scale of maybe 3, just like that. And as you can see, this is what it looks like on the menu. I made it a little too big of a zoom, but as you can see, if you make this a little bit faster, a little bit cooler, it might work out, I guess. I don't know. It makes things not look boring. Yeah. The next motion is a rotate motion. This lets us set a rotate speed and a max rotation to occur on the background in the menu. So for example, we can set the rotate speed to once again something small like 0.01 like this. It'll make the max rotate to maybe something like 0.5. Keep in mind the max rotate is done in radians, so it needs to be like a radian thing, not degrees, radians. So like 0.5 is like small. Okay. Anyway, this is what it looks like in the menu, as you see right here. As you can see, though, it looks a little off because it's rotating, but when it rotates, you get the black borders behind it showing and stuff. But here's a way to fix that. As you recall, we have the menu scale parameter, so we can set this like something like 1.6 to make it zoom into the menu. Then once zoomed in like that, you'll find that the rotation looks a lot more, sensible and stuff. So yeah, if you don't want any limitations on the rotation, simply remove the last parameter like this, and this will make it do full 360 rotations. So as you saw earlier, and as you can see right here, it's doing full complete rotations, just all continuous like this. So once again, you can make a background do this and make it work and stuff. So as you saw earlier, we can set up backgrounds, opacities, scales, and motions for each and every menu throughout your entire game. But let's say, for example, you have a menu that's not in there by default. An example of this will be adding Yanflei's class change core plugin, which adds a new menu into the menu, which lets you change your class and stuff. Yeah, so let's download this plugin and see how it works. So as you can see, by adding it, we get this new class option right here. If we click on it like this, we get our new class window. But let's say you want to put a background on this specific scene like this. All you simply need to do is go down to one of the custom scenes like this and input all the information right here. For example, scene class is a name of the class name for the scene class class, it was probably a really bad idea to choose a class change core to explain this, but essentially, scene class is a name of the class for the scene that is used for the class changing, and this change class, you get the point. So now you're probably asking, alright, Summerham dude, how do you find the class name of the scene? It's very simple. Go to the code of the actual plugin, so use Control F to search, and search up function scene, like this. And you should find something like this. Function, scene class, and then all this stuff right here. What we need is this thing right here, the scene underscore class. Let's do another example. Let's take, for example, Yanfly's row formations. Once again, go into the code, use Control F, search for function, scene, just like this, and we'll find the scene row. So that's the thing you'll need to input to make so scene row has a background using this plugin. And also for your information, for the party system, it's a scene party. Just keep, this is like an exception to the rule, but like, just input that and you'll be good to go. Anyway, back in our plugin, we'll go to our custom one scene I see right here, which is set the scene class. We'll set its background to be crossed swords, and we'll set all this stuff to be the default and whatever. And as you can see here, when we go to our class option right here, we'll find that, yep, there it is. Our crossed swords background is in our class scene thing. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, download the link to this plugin is in the description of this video. And if you enjoyed, you should give this video a thumbs up. Sure, leave a comment, because comments are great. Comments are good. Comments are like comments, you know. Every time I get a comment, I get like an email notification. And like, oh boy, another comment. And it's like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh yeah. And they're like, yeah. And everyone's like, yeah. Yeah. I guess you're sleeping by now. Well, anyway, bye.